Vaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrutyam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaivam Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
To Jayamudirayat
Ashtaprayashva Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naishiti
Bhaktim Bhavati Nastiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Naya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam discussion. So today we are going to discuss Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 3, text number 18. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation, and the chapter name is the Pure Devotional Service, the Change in the Heart. Okay. Please repeat the sloga behind me. Taravaḥ kimna jīvanti.
taravaḥ
Kimna
jīvanti.
bhastrāḥ kimna śvasanti uta.
bhastrāḥ kimna śvasanti uta.
Na khādanti na mehanti.
Na khādanti
na mehanti.
grāme paśavo apare.
grāme paśavo apare.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Taravaḥ,
Taravaḥ,
the trees.
The trees.
Kim,
Kim,
whether.
whether.
Na,
Na,
do not.
do not.
do not.
Jīvanti,
Jīvanti,
live.
live.
bhastrāḥ,
Bhastrāḥ,
bellows.
bellows.
Kim,
Kim,
whether.
whether.
Na,
Na,
do not.
do not.
do not.
śvasanti,
Śvasanti,
breathe.
breathe.
Uta,
ta,
also.
also.
Na,
Na,
do not.
do not.
do not.
khādanti,
Khādanti,
eat.
eat.
Na,
na,
do not.
do not.
mehanti,
Mehanti,
discharge semen.
discharge
semen.
semen.
Kim,
Kim,
whether.
whether.
grāme,
grāme,
in the locality.
in the locality.
paśavaḥ,
paśavaḥ,
beastly living being.
peaceful living being.
apare,
Apare,
others.
others.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charna Vrinda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation, please repeat behind me. Do the trees not live?
Do the trees not live?
Do the bellows of the
Do the bellows of the
blacksmith not breath?
blacksmith not breath.
not breath.
All around us,
All around us.
do the beast
Do the beasts
not eat and discharge semen?
not eat and discharge semen.
Purport. The materialistic man of the modern age will argue that life or part of it is never meant for discussing the theosophical or theosophical arguments. Life is meant for the maximum duration of existence for eating, drinking, sexual intercourse, making merry and enjoying life. The modern man wants to live forever by the advancement of material science. And there are many foolish theories for prolonging life to the maximum duration. But the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam affirms that life is not meant for so-called economic development or advancement of materialistic science for the hedonistic philosophy of eating, mating, drinking, and merrymaking. Life is solely meant for tapasya for purifying existence so that one may enter into the eternal life just after the end of the human form of life. The materialists want to prolong life as much as possible because they have no information of the next life. They want to get the maximum comfort in this present life because they think conclusively that there is no life after death. This ignorance about the eternity of the life being and living being and the change of covering in the material world has played havoc in the structure of modern human society. Consequently, there are many problems multiplied by various plans of modernized man. The plans for solving the problems of society have only aggravated the troubles. Even if it is possible to prolong life more than 100 years, advancement of human civilization does not necessarily follow. The Bhagavatam says that certain trees live for hundreds and thousands of years. At Vrindavana, there is a tamarind tree, the place known as Imnitala, which is said to have existed since the time of Lord Krishna. In the Calcutta Botanical Garden, there is a banyan tree said to be older than 500 years, and there are many such trees all over the world. Swami Shankaracharya lived only 32 years, and Lord Chaitanya lived 48 years. Does it mean that the prolonging life of the above mentioned trees are more important than Shankara or Chaitanya? Prolonging life without spiritual value is not very important. One may doubt that trees have life because they do not breathe. But modern scientists like Bose and already proved that there is life in plants. So breathing is no sign of actual life. The Bhagavatam says that the bellow of the blacksmith breathes very soundly, but that does not mean that the bellow has life. The materialist will argue that the life in the trees and life in the man cannot be compared because the tree cannot enjoy life by eating palatable dishes or by enjoying sexual intercourse. In reply to this, the Bhagavatam asks whether other animals like the dogs and hogs living in the same village with a human being do not eat and enjoy sexual life. The specific utterance of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is regard to other animals means that persons who are simply engaged in planning a better type of animal life consisting of eating, breathing, and mating are also animals in the shape of human being. A society of such polished animals cannot benefit suffering human society, for an animal can easily harm another animal but rarely do good. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकये चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद भाषाश देशधारणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Today's sloka is talking about the non-believers of the God who are currently in the current society, materialistic men. We're talking about mainly about the materialistic men and their arguments. They will argue that if somebody is saying to the devotee or the person who knows about the scriptures, if they go and tell to the materialistic person that this particular life is not meant for enjoying, it is meant for discussing about the matters about the Lord and the Lord's pastimes and to be in the Krishna consciousness. That is the way we have to use this human form of life. So if somebody, this is the way all the scriptures are saying. So if you go and explain the same thing to the others, so the argument from the others, how it will be, that also Bhagavatam is saying. So they will ask immediately, do the trees not live? So trees are not doing any of this, in such austerities, any of this worshipping, but are they not living? And also they will, the another argument, do the bellow of the blacksmith not breath? So this is the Bhagavatam is saying that bellow of the blacksmith, he used to, so if you see the blacksmith, when they prepared a fire, so they need to give some air to that so that the fire will get flame. So in order to do that, they will keep one black color bellow. So if they press that bellow, then the air will come out from that and the fire will ignite. It will increase in the wherever they kept the fire. So that bellow So it is not breathing actually, right? So we should not falsely consider that the bellow is breathing, but this bellow is not breathing actually. So they are asked, this is the arguments, and all around us, do the beast not eat and the discharge semen? So the beast, all the other animals around us, they also not sure about, they also don't know about what is the purpose of life and all, but are they not living? Because of only you are worshipping the Lord, only you are able to eat and you are able to discharge semen. No, it is even the beast also doing. So these are all the arguments of the non-believers or the materialistic persons in the modern civilization. Because the modern civilization, they are trying to prolong the life. And why they want to prolong the life? If you ask the person, if all the scientists, they are doing how the man become disease free and how we can prolong the age of life, how we can keep the man not to become old age. Yes, the birth, old age, disease, and death. This is the common thing for all the human beings. But the modern scientists, they wanted to, first of all, Prabhupada used to argue that if at all, this is the common problem for it's a common problem for all the living entities. It is not only for a human, it is the common problem for all the living entities. If at all, if you wanted to find out a solution, you have to find out a solution for this birth, old age, disease, and death. So you have to find a solution for this. Instead of doing this, what the current civilization is doing, they are leaving, because this cannot be avoided. How much ever you are doing, because whatever they are finding out, okay, by doing this, your old age, you can prolong the old age. You cannot stop the old age. They will say that you can prolong the old age. So do some eat this, eat that, use this cream, use this hair dye, you'll look young. And it look young means you are already old. Inside of your body, you are old. You know you are old. But using this, all the cosmetic items, you can look outwardly for others, you may look young, but you know that, and your family members knows that you are become old person. So by using this, all this means you can prolong the human, when eating the vitamin tablets, you have to take diet, and you have to take this vitamin tablet, that vitamin tablet, this kind of way, you have to take the protein, this and that, all the calculation of calories, all of these things we can do. If you do, what will happen? It can prolong the life, that's all. But there should be an end for this. So you cannot avoid the death. You have to die one day, and you cannot avoid the old age also. You have to become old. And in America, there is in the 90s, there was the McDonald owner, one of the McDonald, he has so much of money. So in order to take out that money, some people went to him, some scientists, in the form of scientists, they went to them, they told that we will, he wanted to live. Yes, he has a desire that I have so much of money, I should not get old, I should not get die. So he wanted to live more. So what he did, he approached some scientist, the so-called scientist, and he told that I am ready to spend whatever the dollar, how much ever dollar you want, you can take, and I want to live long. I should not die. So for that, if you can find out some, you got some research, you can do some research and you can find out. Then they come up with the agreement that once this person died, then we will preserve your body, and in the meantime, simultaneously, we will do the research. So the research will definitely will find out your medicine, so that we can, since we are preserving your body, we'll apply that medicine in your body so that you can come back to life again. So they come up with the agreement, they told that, and the family member also, they told that is going to spend this much of dollars on us, so we are going to do the research to bring him back into life. So they come up with the agreement, they preserved his body for more than 10 years. They spent so much of money to preserve that body, and so much of money to research how to bring back the life into the material, the dead body. So, but they failed in that finally. So after 10 years, they left their the family members left their hope. Why to keep this body? Why to spend so much of money in the dead body? So then they realized that, then they left the idea and they stopped the money to the scientists also. So this is the way the modern civilization, the current civilization, the modern man, he's thinking that how to prolong the life. And the Bhagavatam asking, what is the use of prolonging the life? Because the trees are living so many years. So if you see the tree, there is a tree in Calcutta, that's what Prabhupada is saying. Calcutta, there is a banyan tree, it's more than 500 years it is in Chennai, there is a big tree, the banyan tree. It is, we can call it, the place name is Adayar. There's a famous place, the Adayar Alamaram. So it is a banyan tree in the Adayaru. That banyan tree, it was living more than 600 years, 700 years. So how it is living? Because it is getting the nutrition and it is getting living. But what is the ultimate purpose of living that like a tree? If there should be a purpose. If you want to live here, there should be a purpose, right? So what is the purpose of living, prolonging your life? That's what Bhagavatam is asking. So that's what Prabhupada giving the example of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya, he lived only 32 years in this material world. And Lord Chaitanya, he lived only 48 years in this material world. But the banyan tree is living more than 500 years. So the banyan tree life is more, compared to this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, compared to Shankaracharya, the banyan tree life is more precious because they got provided with more than 500 years to live in this material world. No, because even though this Shankaracharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived a very short time in this material world, they did an impact. And what is the impact they did? They explained, they give the God consciousness to the people, the fallen souls, and there are so many millions of people get benefit out of it. And even today also, even they lived hundreds of years back, but still, even today also, whatever their philosophy, whatever they taught, that impact is still, it is going on. See, even Shankaracharya, we'll call, people used to say that he's a Mayavadi philosophy, but he's the great devotee of the Lord. He just, during that particular time, he just wanted to defeat the Buddhist philosophy. Because the Buddhist philosophy, they come up with the idea that there is no soul. Once this body is destroyed, everything is shunya. So that is their philosophy. To defeat that philosophy, Shankaracharya come up with a Mayavada philosophy and he defeated that. Because that is the kind of emergency situation, because otherwise the people go away from this, our scriptures. They won't believe on the scriptures, because if somebody thinking that there is no life after this, so we have to live only this much, this life only. So we have to enjoy as much as we can, and whatever they wanted to do, the abominable activities in the society, they will do. So in order to avoid that, in order to stop the chaos in the society, this Shankaracharya, he came up with the philosophy of Mayavada philosophy, and that is the emergency. And also he didn't, because he didn't comment anything on the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, because Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam was there, but still didn't comment, because since it's a Mayavada philosophy is opposite to the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Because why it is opposite? Because Mayavada philosophy is talking about the impersonalism. There is no form to the Lord. But Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is completely from the first sloka to the last sloka, the entire 12 cantos, it is talking about the personality of the personal form of the Lord and personal association of the Lord with other devotees, the personal pastimes of the Lord. So it will, if we speak about that, then it is the offense to the lotus feet of the Lord. That's the reason Shankaracharya not comment anything on the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you take the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he lived only 48 years in this material world. In this 48 years, he roamed around entire India. He went to South India, he went to East, North, West, all over the directions he went. He meet the people and he spread the holy name of the Lord. Till today, we are also for the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are millions of people around the world got benefit out of it. So that is, if you wanted to live your life, we have to live your life that way, like such examples, such Bhagavatas. We are calling them as a Maga Bhagavatas, because why we are calling them as Maga Bhagavatas? Because they are the chief, they are the incarnation of Godhead, one thing. And other thing is, they are the chief among the devotees of the Lord. Because they are not them, because even Shankaracharya, we are calling them, is the incarnation of the God, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also incarnation of Krishna. But they won't reveal, they didn't say that I am the incarnation, I am the God. They didn't say that. They lived a life and showed to us that how a devotee should live and what is the purpose of a life. So they stressed that point. So, and they wanted to teach us by the way of living. It is not like simply they will tell us and they won't follow. They followed the life. They lived a life exemplary way. This is the way we have to live. They lived as an example and showed to us, and they followed the scriptures as what is the scriptures are saying. They followed the same thing, and they lived an exemplary way of life, so that we can also follow the same footsteps. Well, not only this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Shankaracharya, they were lived. So we can say that it is 5,000, more than 5,500 years back. There are not much advancement. So now there is so much of advancement in the modern civilization. So there are so much of distraction. We cannot follow all those things. We cannot believe all those things. So this kind of arguments still the people will come up with. But the whatever the scriptures, it is not only for the olden people. It is the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. If you go and distribute Bhagavad Gita to somebody, the modern society, they will say that in Bhagavad Gita, it is very, very old. 5,000 years back, it is not applicable. They do not even know that what is there in this Bhagavad Gita, what is there in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. But still they will say that these are all the very old books. These are all not in use. We cannot understand that idea. So, for example, if you see some of the old movies, so old movies, when before the mobile phone invention, there were some movies. And if you see that movies, the people will be go and wait for the STD booths or in some places to get the trunk call. So trunk call means the particular time there is a call will come, they will go to the particular place and they used to speak the phone. And the opposite person also, they need to go to a particular place and they need to speak with the other person. So this is the way they used to connect and they used to speak. If you see the same movie now, yes, now we are equipped with a mobile phone. It's handy anywhere, anytime, with anybody we can connect directly. So, and by seeing the faces they can speak. That was not possible during that time. And if you see that kind of movies, it will be like a comedy for us. Hey, how come these people lived? And also the letters, we will say that inland letter and postcard. People used to write. During that time, there was not much communication to others. To communicate with our relatives and friends, people used to write a letter to them. Okay, I am somebody is staying in a city, and to the village, their family will be there. That they will write, I'm fine here, I'm doing good, I'm facing this problem, how are you? All those things they will write a letter and they will send. The letter will they will post the letter. The post will come to reach after 2 days to the person, to the home. 2 or 3 days it will come to the person, to the village, and they will open and they will see, okay, this person is doing good, okay, he is facing this problem, this and that. They will understand that what is happening. So this is the way the people used to live in this, maybe during the Prabhupada time also. Prabhupada also used to write thousands of letters to his disciples. But if you see that situation in the current civilization, since we are also crossed that level, that stage, so we are able to understand that the letters and postcards and all, letters, post office, postcard, telegram. There's a telegram. So people say if there is some urgency, immediately they will put a telegram. So telegram means somebody met an accident, somebody died. Immediately they will put a telegram to inform to other people. So postman immediately take the telegram. He'll run to that person home. So it will take some time to the news will reach the person. It will take some time, some couple of hours. It will take. But in the current situation, it is very easy, immediate. This is the mobile phone. You can see everything in the live also. What is happening in the other part of the world, you can see live. Even in America also, if a person is sitting in India, he can see lively what is happening in America. Some 20-25 years back, there was no live telecast of the cricket and all, some 30 years back. There was no live telecast. There is a recording. After that, after some match finishing, then only they will come and see, okay, this match they played like this, like this. So that during that time, the live telecast was the imaginary, and it was not possible kind of those before 30 years. Now, if you see the situation, it is entirely changed. It is you can see easily the live telecast on the mobile in that time. So the people are comparing this current situation. So they think that if you see how this kind of things are changed. So if you go back and review the old things, how the telegram, how the postcard, all those things worked, and how the telephone was worked, so people will laugh at. Currently, they will laugh and they will see, they will comment like that. Okay, how the people were lived. Now we are in the advanced society. We have all the mobile phone in handy. The hand itself, we can see everything live. So this is the way people used to think. So they have the same mentality on the scriptures also. How they are seeing all these advancements, they have the same mentality in the scriptures also. The Bhagavatam also like that only. Because since the telephones and couriers and the postcard, linen letters, those are the old things which are not useful for now. Similar way, they are thinking that the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Śrīmad-Bhāgavad-Gita, all are the old philosophies, over 500 years back, 5,000 years back, somebody wrote, which is not useful for now, because those are all old. So without knowing, without having the understanding what is there in that, so that is the current civilization mentality. So they are thinking that, so they are thinking that those are all not useful. They cannot apply in our life now. But if you read Śrīmad-Bhāgavad-Gita, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, they are all absolute truth. What is going to be absolute truth? Absolute truth is present, past, and future. All the three kalas, all the three times, it will be applicable. That is called absolute truth. So this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and Śrīmad-Bhāgavad-Gita, they are all not talking about the old, only the old thing. The current thing, it was, even though it was Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam talking about the past times of the Lord. So there are some moral things and how to lead the life, what is the purpose of life, and how to lead the life, how to do the devotional activities. This is there in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Reading the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, one can become a devotee of the Lord. By reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavad-Gita, we can understand that what is the purpose of life, how to live the life, how to do the devotional service, to whom we need to do devotional service. So these and all the instructions, it cannot be, it won't change at all, even in the future, even after 10,000 years, after the lakhs of years also, this won't change. This scripture will be, it is always will be there. It is absolute. That's why it is called as absolute truth. So it is our duty to go to the people who are all our dear and dears, because our movement is preaching movement. So whatever we learned, whatever we heard, because the people are around us, they are in the misconception, they are in the ignorance. So it is our duty to go to them and give them this knowledge, and so that they can make their life perfect. So that is the real happiness for a human being. That is the purpose of human being. So there is the people are called, some people are called, there is a term in there is a Sanskrit term, Dvaja Deva. What is Dvaja Deva means? The people who are completely dedicated their life to live for the welfare for the other human being. That is called Dvaja Deva. Welfare in the sense not to feed the people. It is feeding in the form of spiritual feed, devotional service feed. Who are giving the knowledge about the devotional service, those kind of people are called Dvaja Devas. So it is our duty, and since we are also in the modern, we are also living in this modern age, but still we accepted the authority of the scriptures, and we are trying to follow the scriptures, whatever they are saying. We are trying to make our life perfect based on the scriptures. So we are getting the bliss. So we are able to enjoy the little happiness. It is a ananda in our heart. So the similar thing, it will be increased. When it will increase, when we give this same thing to others, that will increase abundantly. So that is the way we can make our life also in perfect way. So today's slogan, it is talked about the non-devotees who are the materialistic people. So there are many arguments they may do, but with the scriptural knowledge, we can defeat all the arguments, and we can give them the knowledge so that we can bring them out from the ignorance. Hare Krishna. Grantharaj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai.